Hello everybody, I'm Beetawolf and welcome back to another episode of Bloodborne. We're sitting here in the cathedral ward, staring at the beautiful pale blood moon in the background as the gorgeous purple fog sails past. Last episode we did manage to kill Abritus, daughter of the cosmos, and we also applied the queenly flesh to what looked like to be a dead Amygdala, possibly. I'm still not sure about that, and we will eventually make our way back there to see if it resurrects, because it did come up with a message saying that the time now works in reverse for that piece of flesh. And I was thinking off camera as well to do with this topic, because that flesh is connected to Annalise, the Queen of the Vile Bloods. I'm thinking maybe the huge lump of her body basically left in the seat that Alfred created by slaughtering her may also work in reverse now, because clearly both pieces of flesh are connected to each other because they're from the same body. So I'm thinking that maybe we make our way back to Canehurst. Excuse me, sorry about that. Some point soon in the future, and maybe we'll find Annalise has also resurrected. I'm not sure. It made sense to me when I was thinking about it earlier today, so I'm intrigued to see if that turns out to be the case. But for now, we are in the cathedral ward, and we will progress down this tower and unlock the door. And before starting recording this episode, I did have a bit of a look at pathfinding for where to go, because I did also have a couple of attempts off camera to try and make that jump from the bloodstain to the door, and it just wasn't working out for me. And I was looking around, and I think this may be our way down, as long as we don't F it up. So this is what I'm going to attempt. Hopefully, this does look high. This drop may very well kill us, but I'm willing to attempt it anyway. Ooh, we did survive, but we lost a ton of health. I'll take it though. This looks like it's our route, and it will now drop us off at the door. Awesome. Fantastic. Please do not be locked. Yes! It requires no key. Nice statue there. All kinds of statues, in fact. And wow, the abandoned old workshop. The source of the dream trophy. Oh, this is insane. Wow. Okay. We're in the hunter's dream, but not in the dream. We're out in the world, but we found the source. I'm kind of speechless. I really don't know what to make of it, because instantly my mind's running wild to how it works from a story perspective, and I'm thinking, how the hell can both the hunter's dream and this place be connected? It's the old abandoned workshop. It is the same place, as we can tell, though it does look slightly different. Its layout, but clearly cut from the same cloth. I am really, really shocked. I did not expect to roll into this. Oh, wow. So there's the big bell tower. It looks like it's an actually connected to the world. It's a piece of Yharnam itself. Oh god, man, I'm trying not to be extremely childish, but I'm getting extremely giddy at the minute. This is insane. I did not expect to walk into this at all. Wow. Oh god, wow. This is crazy. Anyway, without blabbering on, just in awe and shock and awe of the entire place, we will take a look. And oh my god, that sun. Solaire might just come here on holiday. He might just move here permanently if he knew this existed. That's gorgeous. So bright. And in fact, that's probably the moon as well. I'm not too sure. It does look slightly different from the one that we see out in the world. And I say the world, we are in the world right now. But I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say. Oh, this is incredible. It's extremely good. It's so exciting, it's unreal. I'm taking it all in. The environment is absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. That moon / sun is out of this world. Hit that. Make sure it's not a mimic. Way! We got the doll set. Yippee. That's extremely cool, but I don't think it's going to go with the male character. We've got a piece of loot there. Old hunter bone. Can we work our way in here? Oh, crap. It's the doll. I wonder if she will speak to us. She looks fairly doll-like at the moment. She's not really animated. We'll pop the lamp first. I do want to talk to her. I don't want to talk. I don't want to pick this up yet in case it holds some cutscene significance, because it seems like the kind of layout slash setup to lead to that. So I will continue to pillage the small hair ornament out of that cabinet as I make my way around the front steps and take another gander at the area and see what else we can find before we interact. That small hair ornament is reminding me of the jade hair pin or ornament from Demon Souls. Poor Thomas, his lovely daughter. Anyway, this isn't Demon Souls. I'm getting a little off track now. My mind is kind of flummoxed by this whole scenario, so I'm going to try and stay focused. Yeah, that looks like it. We can't progress over there into the gardens where we find the bath of the messengers. And to mention that, there isn't any other baths at all either. So maybe the messengers only exist in the dream world? No, because they assist hunters throughout the entire game. I'm not sure. Maybe the baths only exist in the dream. How about that? But the messengers themselves can go anywhere. Okay. Let's take this. The third umbilical cord. Cool. Hello? An abandoned doll. Okay, so she is not animated at all. Please? No, no talking. View notes. Sincerest thanks. We will give you a salute. Okay. I'm struggling to think what the whole idea. Well, I understand the idea. That's not really what I want to say. It doesn't. What I'm trying to say basically is that it doesn't look like there's any route to progress from. So I'm thinking that this area is maybe created to tie in some significance to the story, the way the whole layout is with the whole Hunter's Dream thing and the connection of the world and what relevance that has to the actual lore of the game. We picked up an important item in here, which it certainly could be, because we've picked up two things, I believe, that we have not seen before. So I will take a look at that now. One of which being the old hunter bone. The bone of an old hunter whose name is lost. It is said that an apprentice of old Gehrman and a practitioner of the art of quickening, a technique particular to the first hunters. Okay, so from that little paragraph there, we have gathered that he is an apprentice to Gehrman. Though we know Gehrman still exists, or at least in the dream world. We've not seen him outside in this place yet. And this place, not just meaning the old abandoned workshop, I mean the entire Yharnam itself. So that is actually something to think about. I don't think I have considered that before. About Gehrman being in the dream and not seeing him anywhere else. Because we know Aline, Henrik, Alfred, the rest of the gang are all out in the world, they're existing. But what actually, how real is the dream, is what I'm trying to say. Gehrman doesn't venture out there. Then again, he is getting a bit old. But it's something to think about anyway. So, back to the description. Apprentice of old Gehrman. So we know this hunter worked under him and was a practitioner of the art of quickening, which I am unsure what that is. And we know that's a technique particular to the first hunters, insinuating that it's long gone and is not used today. Thus, probably explaining why we don't know what it is, because we are a new hunter and will not have any means to, how do you say, take part in this quickening. It is most appropriate that hunters, carriers of the torch, who are sustained by the dream, would tease an old art from his remains. Okay. Hunters are sustained by the dream. And it said that this should be used to tease an old art from his remains. Meaning that we will probably be able to use this old hunter bone in the future, possibly somewhere in the dream world, to attain the art of quickening. Very interesting item, that one. And the other thing that we acquired was the small hair ornament. And there is the umbilical cord as well, the third umbilical cord, I forgot about that. A small, very ordinary hair ornament. Although it has been lost for quite some time, one can still see signs of care with which this tasteful ornament was once kept. Its colour would stand out most brilliantly against the head of a greyish hair. A head of greyish hair. Possibly. Right, so that pretty much sums up that. We will try and give that back to the doll in the Hunter's Dream and see what happens there. And now we will move on to read the third umbilical cord, which looks like an elephant tusk. A great relic, also known as the cord of the grey eye. Every infant great one. Did I say of the eye? Why did I say grey eye then? I thought I said grey eye. Anyway, a great relic, also known as the cord of the eye. Every infant great one has this precursor to the umbilical cord. Every great one loses its child and then yearns for a surrogate. The third umbilical cord precipitated the encounter with the pale moon, which beckoned the hunters and conceived the hunter's dream. Used to gain insight and, so they say, eyes of the inside, although no one remembers what that truly entails. Okay, that one is cryptic as all hell. We know it's somewhat related to the Great Ones, which my mind ties up quite significantly to the amygdalas. And yes, I said that right this time, amygdala. The amygdalas and the celestial beings, like Abritus and the celestial emissary. The aliens. So we know it holds relevance there, and as I'm doing this, I'm trying to buy time for myself by waffling a little bit to try and think what this item could be used for. Also tied to the pale blood moon, as we know, it does say that it's precipitated the encounter of the pale blood moon, meaning that it probably does hold some story significance and certainly some significant lore that can be unraveled somewhere. But for now, that is really, really deep. It's actually reminding me of Burgenworth as well. When we read the note about the pale blood moon and birth, that whole saga, it's certainly tying up there as well, I believe. Every great one loses its child and then yearns for a surrogate. Now, I don't know what a surrogate is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of the definition of that word, sadly. That would probably shed some light on what's going on there, but that's the case. Tied to the gods and the pale blood moon. Okay. Fantastic. Have you not got anything else to say? Nope. An abandoned doll. I'm going to head back to the Hunter's Dream right now. That was crazy. That was probably, without doubt, one of, if not possibly the biggest shock of the game so far. That was insane. The old abandoned workshop. Awesome. Now I am wondering... See, look at how different it looks now. Yet also... very, very, very similar. No pale blood moon here. A regular one. I'm going to see if Gehrman's back. That seems like the kind of thing that would prompt... or not prompt him to return. Okay, we'll talk to the doll. Surely there's something new.
Welcome home, good hunter.
Surely.
What is it you desire?
Yes, we can. We can give the small hair ornament. Nice.
What? What is this? can't remember. Not a thing, only I feel. A yearning, something I never felt before. What's happening to me? Tell me, Hunter. Could this be joy?
Okay, that's really sad. The tear stone. Great. The doll is now feeling emotions and becoming less and less doll-like. We saw her wipe her eyes, insinuating that she was probably crying. And may, in fact, have once been human. That hair ornament was probably hers in maybe another life, or the same life, before she became a doll. I'm really not too sure how that could possibly be, but it is certainly hers, and she has some nostalgia and connection tied to it for sure. And she seems incredibly happy that she's feeling more human again, and that she has her hair ornament. That's actually really touching. Wow, I got shivers from that, seriously. Characters. They develop the characters. Even though there's no cutscenes in these games. Well, there is, but from standard AAA titles to this, it certainly takes a different path where it doesn't show off all the characters in cutscenes and deliver the story that way. It delivers it through item descriptions and conversation with them. And still it manages to create a bond between the player and the character themselves. That's really touching.
Welcome home.
Anything else to say?
What is it? Good Hunter. Your presence somehow soothes. I sense the ancient echoes. They course your veins. Farewell, Good Hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Nothing more to say. But we did acquire the tear stone, and we will now take a look at that. And damn, I can't get over that interaction. She seemed so sad. She was feeling real again. She was feeling emotions. Amazing. Amazing. Right, let's take a look at the tear stone. I'm going to get carried away. Will it be in here? I think it might be in inventory. I thought wrong, by the looks of it. The tear stone. Silver shining tear stone. Used to change into a droplet blood gem that fortifies any weapon. A doll sheds neither blood nor tears, and thus its nature remains unknown. Our doll did. Right. So we can fortify weapons with it, that's cool. We can turn it into a blood gem. A droplet blood gem. Where could its origin be then, I wonder? Sheds blood nor tears. Okay then, whatever you say. Well, with all that tied up, that was extremely a deep portion of the video for sure. I will now head back out to, I'm thinking Canehurst or the Lumen Flower Gardens, where we can go back and check on the boss room again. Or the Altar of Despair would be more purposeful, wouldn't it? I'm going to try Canehurst first. I believe it's under this one. I am right. I'm going to go to Lagarius' seat so we can walk up to the chamber. I don't want to just jump in there just in case something is happening. And we'll see if anything's happened there, like I've theorized about. Wow, I'm excited. not just to go and check out this, see what's happening up in good old Canehurst, but that segment, the old abandoned workshop, wow, that is so powerful. And now we shall see Annalise. Oh, okay. Hey. Can you believe I was obscured by that? I'm still obscured. No, I'm not. We made it. Annalise looks to be... Look at that swagger. My character rocking from left to right. Anyway, it does look like Annalise is back. It seems like I was correct with the theory. Now, do you have anything else to say?
We shall not give audience to an ill-mannered beast. Get thee gone.
Get thee gone. Get thee gone. Okay, so she is back, which is crazy. It does make sense considering what the piece of flesh said. It says time flows in reverse, so of course we'd assume that her body would regenerate and reconstruct itself, and indeed it has. But I'm quite surprised to see that there's no new dialogues. No dialogues for her. Nothing new. Which I'm quite... I don't know, I really thought there would have been something there. Maybe something about Henrik. What she plans for revenge with the Vile Bloods. Interesting, really interesting. Or maybe that would have been the case once, but we've now lost that chance because we did take Henrik's side before... Not Henrik, was I saying Henrik earlier? Alfred, sorry. God damn. Alfred. Not Henrik, forget Henrik. That was who myself and Aline killed. So wipe that entirely from your minds, that was just me being silly. I was expecting her to say something about Alfred, because he did of course kill her, and I was expecting her maybe to say something about revenge on the church. But clearly nothing. And as I was going on to say before the whole Henrik slip up, I'm thinking maybe that could have been an option, but we did kind of screw up with her, / choose not to go with her, because we picked Alfred's side instead. Though if we would not have had the conversation with her entirely to begin with, to pick one or the other, we could have just got Alfred here on his own without picking a side. Then I assume she maybe would have had something for us. We may have missed out on it because of that. I'm really not sure. But anyway, that's the case, and I'm also tempted to kill her, to be honest, to see what happens. But I will let her live because it's against my policy to kill an NPC on my first playthrough. So, Annalise, you are one lucky girl. Goodbye. Yeah, we may have missed out on that opportunity. If we wouldn't have had the conversation with her first to pick between the Vile Bloods and not, then we may have been granted the opportunity to gain some other dialogues there, like possibly see what she does have in store later on for Alfred, for example. Who knows? But now we will be making our way back to the Lumen Flower Garden so that we can approach the Altar of Despair again and see if anything new has happened to the boss room. We've done this run back a couple of times. Not a long one though, so that's all cool. You shall die. Not without hitting me first though, apparently. We'll gain the HP back, there's no problem there. And good night. Any drops? Nope. And I will use that by mistake. Pro play there. Okay, anyway, let's make our way down. Let's see what's in the boss room. Nothing? Really? Has nothing happened? Oh, come on. It's not really giving me many... It's not giving me much to work with. Anything new there at all? Nothing new. Oh, goodness. Okay, maybe because that is a little bit of a theory, and it could be total bonkers, but because that looks like an amygdala to me, and we know they are godlike beings, or at least worshipped like that, we applied the flesh to the beast. The beast then used its powers to turn time in reverse for that flesh, and thus resurrect Annalise. And maybe that was the sole purpose of this area, of this section. That's all it did. So, of course, that could certainly be the case. It was only used as a means of resurrecting Annalise and nothing more. But I'm still a little bit suspicious about that, I've got to say. Because it hasn't really given us anything new. So, we are bouncing around a little bit here. Sorry about this. At least, as I always say, you've got the nice descriptions to read. There's a Yusefka's blood vial. We read that right at the beginning of the game. And now I shall think where we want to go next. We've made our way down the door to what turned out to be the old abandoned workshop, which is crazy. And now, in fact, I'll take a look at this. Can we enter that gate now? Oh, it's closed. For some reason I thought that we could have somehow had a crack at that. But no, we've made our way to the old abandoned workshop. We have tried out a couple of our flesh theories, which is what I'm calling them. Basically, I've visited Annalise again and the Altar of Despair again, but to no avail. We've not got anything new out of that. So now I'm wondering where I'm meant to go. Let me take a look. We do still have the umbilical cord and the old hunter bone, which we did want to use somewhere in the workshop. Can we use that now? It's an item that you can use on your person, so it's a consumable. And it doesn't look like there is anywhere that we can use it, maybe? Certainly here, anyway. Nope, nothing going on. That, I believe, was the cabinet which we found it in. Interesting. Get out the way, grass. I'm trying to have a look at the sky. That looks bright. I'm pondering over what to do now. I think that one, the elephant tusk, the third umbilical cord, maybe has more significance into our progression. Or maybe it has no means to our progression at all, because that tower in the upper cathedral ward is pretty early on in the game, so I'm thinking that it maybe won't give you something that early to progress this late. Maybe. I'm not too sure about that. And it is also in the consumable section, so it looks like we can use that instantly to... Well, yeah, it says it's used to gain insight, and so they say, eyes on the inside. Of course, that's relating to the amygdalas, but if it's a consumable, you can only use it once, and we can use it in this room right now, in the Hunter's Dream. So, it's one of those scenarios where you use it once and it's gone, it looks like. So I really highly doubt that's towards progression. Have we still got the tonsil stone? Do we still have the tonsil stone? Or did that get removed when we were grabbed? No. We've still got the tonsil stone. I am going to go to Erden Chapel, which will be that, the cathedral ward. And I'm going to try and get grabbed by another amygdala and see if it takes us anywhere different this time. Because we know there is one right out to the left of the chapel where we can get grabbed and see if it teleports us elsewhere. Because we know the one around the right took us directly to the place right before the Nightmare Frontier, the school, the lecture building. So maybe this has something different for us. We'll see. Anyway, it's one of those. This probably won't end up working because we was advised by Gilbert that you should take it round the right side of the Great Cathedral, which is that. And we're going to go in that direction and get grabbed by this one. So this probably isn't going to work. It probably only has that one sole use to get you quickly to the lecture building, but we can try it anyway. We can see what happens. Here comes the hand swipe. We stand over here and it doesn't want to play ball anymore. No grabbing. Do we not want to attack anymore? Oh, come on though. It's really not doing anything. So I'm really thinking that that's not going to do anything for us. That's not the case. That's not the way to go. So I will once again, belatedly, run back down to this area and try and unlock that door. Even though we have gained absolutely... Okay, that was bad. That was poor. We have gained absolutely nothing that would allow us to enter. We've gained no more keys, I believe. So, this is not going to work. Yet I'm going to do it anyway. So, I will run and run and run over here. And if not, I'm going to teleport back to the Hunter's Dream and go to the lecture building and have a nice chat with Patches. It's closed. Okay, it's closed. Pitiful, really. Yes, it is. Let's use a Hunter's Mark. Let's get the hell out of here instead of running back. Oh, it's the last one as well. We're lucky about that. And I am silly. I did not need those bullets. But we'll go back. That HP will be replenished anyway the second we return to the dream. So there's no problem there. The only thing being is that we did use a blood vial to do so. But no, we didn't. It only sacrifices HP to gain the bullets. I'm silly. So we didn't lose anything there. Great. And let's go back to the dream world. And while I'm at it as well, I will go and adorn the messengers, because we did get the pot and pan one from above that from above those the pots in the chapel. So you know what I'm trying to say, the upper level where we attained the rune as well. So we shall take a look at what this one looks like. There we go, the Urn Festival, that's the one. Go and take that. Don't they look pretty? I can't see their gorgeous faces now. Should I leave that active? The Urn Festival? Nah, I think I'm going to go back to the yarn and messenger hat. That looks cool. I do like that one. Kind of got a bit of a cowboy style to it. And I do love Western themes. So, old Western themes. Anyway, we will go back to Patches. This is really just taking long shots now. We're scrambling for possible routes to proceed. Moonside Lake. Really, with these items on us, that can be consumed. Although... An apprentice of Gehrman. I'm thinking... Right, Gehrman's clearly not there. I'm thinking about taking that to a significant area, like the Moonside Lake or Bergenworth, where the gods certainly have some large presence, and maybe seeing what what Master Willem thinks of that item. Maybe he could help us out. I am really like kind of stuck at the minute, thinking about where to go and what to do. That could also be a shot. Let's do it. Let's go back to the Amygdala's chamber. We did apply the flesh to the dead one, so I'm thinking possibly it could resurrect another and allow us to go a different path. Maybe. Could be the case. But it's one of those, why it give us it that early? I mean, it has done it before. In the previous games, it has given us stuff early for you to use quite a bit later on to carry on with the game, but I don't know, in terms of that much of a gap, killing this Amygdala and right at the beginning, all the way back near the Cathedral Ward, it seems like a bit of a lost hope. Oh, it's done absolutely nothing. I'm really stuck on what to do. You know what? Shall we try and invade somebody? And what better place than the Nightmare Frontier? Considering we are fairly unsure of where to go as of yet, I will still certainly keep thinking about it throughout the rest of this episode and certainly off camera, where we want to go next. But for now, let's try and ring the sinister bell. This should be fun. PvP live. Uncut. You'll see the invasion and everything. The process of making my way into their world. We can become the hunter instead of the prey this time. And as we do this, I will walk around. In fact, I don't want to go back up near that thing because she'll be the bane of our lives if she hits us with that frenzy. So, she's a really pretty girl though, isn't she? I mean, come on. Still searching for the Sinister Bell. This might take some time considering it is live, it's uncut. I'm not going to trim this out because I will continue to think about where we want to go in the area and also slay this manky looking creature and attain some thick cold blood for it. Don't get poisoned, you silly boy. Let's get some... Please tell me I have some. I've got some antidote. We will chug that and heal ourselves, and we'll go up and kill the werewolf as well. I'm kind of stalling at the minute if you haven't guessed. I'm letting time take its... Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, suck on that. I'm letting time take its time and pretty much delay and hopefully get this invasion. Should be very, very fun. If we manage to get into the damn world, that is. Level cap. I'm not sure actually how what the level splits are for this yet. In terms of PvP and co-op. We know that in... Well, don't even get me started on Dark Souls 2. That soul memory, that was bullshit. That was seriously the worst. Probably. And I don't say this ever about the Souls games and Bloodborne. That was actually a bad system. I never criticise From Software in the games like this, but that was actually a really crappy system that they put into the game. Soul memory, where the things you killed and obviously attained souls for them would keep pushing you into other categories, keeping you out of reach from your friends if you wanted to do stuff with them, which absolutely sucked. And that applied to both co-op and PvP, I believe. I think they might have patched out a little bit of it. Like, I don't know whether it works, whether it's still active for co-op anymore, but I believe it is still the case for PvP. Whereas, why not just keep it like Dark Souls and Demon Souls, or where it went off levels? It just simply went off levels, whereas it'd be 10% plus 10 levels. So right now, we could take a look at ourselves, where we're standing. We're at level 67. We could go 16.7, I think it'll round up to 17. We could go 17 levels higher or below for the invasion, and that'd be it, nice and simple. And sadly, it doesn't look like this invasion is going to work. But I will certainly say that was definitely the better system for PvP and co-op in these games. I'm going to give it one more second, and then I will probably call the episode, because it's gone on long enough already, I think. It has been incredibly fun, though. I've got to say, I have absolutely adored my time in the Hunters, the old abandoned workshop. That was an absolute blast. That I would be happy if that was the entire episode itself. Just that bit, because that was so crucial to the whole lore aspect and story of the game. Tying everything together. And in addition to that, we did also explain a little bit about our theory on the flesh and test that out with Annalise, and go back to the Chamber of Despair as well. I believe that was what it was called, wasn't it? Altar of Despair, that's it. And see what was going on there too. This invasion is not going to work. It's seriously not. So I will end off the episode here. Hopefully you've all enjoyed it. I seriously appreciate you watching all of these and all the support as usual. Be sure to get involved down in the comments as always. I do appreciate that too. Be vocal. Why not? It can help the series progress. Give me some tips on how to maybe commentate better, do something in the game. Not spoiling, of course. Maybe go back and do something else like you wanted to see. I don't know. But for now, I'm Beta Wolf. This has been another episode of Bloodborne. We are still searching for another world, which is insane. Hopefully you've all enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.